So, hello Internet. I'm not fully set up. So, we're working on that. In the meantime, have a puck face. Shh, shh, shh. Have a puck face. This is the EXOS-SARGE test flight. And I will get everything else up and ready and going properly in a moment. I just didn't want y'all to miss this. I know, Tinker. I know you have strong opinions about this. Close. I'm not Dr. Pamela. I'm Annie. I am still configuring all the things. So in a second, you will see me. Hey, Mike Cassidy. And there we go. Hi. I did not have a lot of time to set up. So what we're looking at is a test flight of SARGE, which I forget what it stands for, by Exos Aerospace, who also wants to do the reusable thing. It is a nice launch this morning, Kevlar. It is. So give me a few moments to make sure I have the stream up in the other window, because I don't trust it. Because I never trust it. As well as pulling up some information about this launch. And I apologize for the dogs not being on doggy cam, but I had to move her bed. So... And this launch took me by surprise, because normally I would have been like, alright, we're gonna do the thing, we're gonna have the thing, but no, this was not on rocketlaunch.live, this was on my other launch tracking thing, which is, I think it's Space Tourism, but it's the Alexa skill I use, so there you have it. Hey, Disillusioned. But yeah, I'm kind of excited about, yeah. Oh, I hear things happening. They still have 28 minutes to launch, so it might be a while. Turn up their stuff, and if it's a lot of white noise, I apologize, and they really don't have an official hoster, so yeah, that's me, I guess. And I'm trying to figure out, I know they had it somewhere on the interwebs of what this flight was. So I think this is officially a reuse viability test for their SARGE, which is what you see up on the launch pad. See if I can force it into HD so we can all see a bit better. SARGE stands for, I guess, suborbital reusable launch vehicle? No, that's not right. That's not right. That's SRLV. Here it is. SARGE stands for Suborbital Autonomous Rocket with Guidance. Fancy. So here is the launch announcement. I will put that link in chat for y'all. And they are at what they call Spaceport America, which I think is in Texas. It's in Texas? I want to say it's in Texas. But as you can tell, it's not a, it's not what we're used to seeing from like SpaceX and... Oh no, it's in New Mexico, excuse me. It is in New Mexico. Directly west and adjacent to the U.S. Army's White Sands Missile Range, north of El Paso. So this might just be a test.
All right, good morning, everyone. This is John Quinn, EXOS Chief Operating Officer. Glad you are all with us. Great to see hundreds of you out there watching our live stream. Want to introduce our payloads this morning. Under our Space EDU program for education, we have Payload 1 by Arete, the Greater Nanticoke Area Trojans. It's a space thermal energy transfer experiment. Great to have that payload on board. Under our Space Build program, which is about testing and manufacturing in space, we have NASA's vibration dampeners for TRL advancement to be used on future human space missions. And that was done through a Space Act agreement in cooperation with NASA and EXOS Aerospace. It's primarily supporting payload number 3 by University of Central Florida. It is a dust aggregation experiment called Space 2. It is a NASA-ready payload, and that payload actually vibrates. So became a problem that everybody wants to fly for microgravity. Well, what if you have a vibrating payload? Well, between UCF and NASA, we were able to attach these NASA prototype vibration dampeners to the UCF payload to take the vibration out so that the other 6 customers on this flight will not feel that vibration and it will not be radiated down to the rocket. This is huge for future potential. It's a great use of NASA technologies through the technology transfer program.
Pad 1. Pad 1 check. Pad 3. Pad 3 check. Cam 1. Cam 1 check. XSO. XSO check. XLC, verify audio recorders on and recording.
And it's about to get busy.
XLC, wait one.
So payload 4, Agronautics LLC, Space Hops and Grain from Dallas, Texas. Great to have them on board. Sons of Liberty, SOLGW, they have memorabilia on board.
XSO, do you need an audio recorder? No, it's still recorded, Bill. Back in. XSO, could you repeat that? Yeah, all recorded should be back at that because we're on paddock loop. XLC, both on your recorders on and recording. XLC, report local time of day. XLC, local time of day 9:58.
Payload 7 by
I
Purdue.
want to verify scale for 0.
Like I said, getting busy now.
zeroed. We already have a dry weight of 1156 listed. We were zeroed before the rocket was placed on the pad.
Payload 7, Purdue University. They actually have 2 payloads on board, an atmospheric recording system,
Report with vehicle in position.
and a second payload, which is our actual payload mounting system.
Pad 1, verify vehicle is powered on.
Pad 1, vehicle is powered on.
XLC, verify SSH connection to vehicle. XLC, verify log files cleared on the vehicle.
Payload 6, Center for Applied Space Technologies and Mayo Clinic for 2 BRIC 66 payloads with biomedical research. And these 2 BRIC 66
Pad 1, stand by. Monitor engine gimbal during software startup.
Pad 1 standing by. We have not turned on the MCO. Are you ready for that to turn on?
Do not turn on the MCO.
Roger that. Standing by.
Payload 6D has over 6 experiments on board for the biomedical research.
Sit. Sit.
XLC, flight over set.
Come on, sit.
XLC, initialize and demo.
Boy. Boy. Mm-mm.
XLC, MCO initially.
XLC, once telemetry starts, stop recording, then start recording ETH comm.
XLC, recording teams now.
XLC, launch ITOS main control page.
XLC, main control plane, planes launched.
XLC, turn off press control on vehicle.
XLC, eyes off.
XLC, no MAT on ITOS.
XLC, 45 seconds.
XLC, set DIO mask on vehicle to all F.
XLC, all left.
XLC, set control to ground.
XLC, controls the ground.
Pad 1, turn on MCO.
Pad 1, MCO is on.
XLC, verify MCO voltage.
XLC, MCO 70.1.
XLC, start gyrocomp. When complete, activate nav.
XLC, gyrocomp start.
XLC, verify iLoads with iLoad tree app and control max thrust equals 100.
XLC, max thrust 100.
And GNC, max range equals 7,000.
Max range 7,000.
Max altitude greater than 100,000.
Max range 110,000. Max altitude 110,000.
And prompt engine 1-2 press equals 210.
Prompt engine 1-2 press 10.
Igniter press equal to 175.
Igniter press is 175.
Engine shutdown press equal to 25. Abort main voltage equal to 18.0.
Repeat that.
Abort main
Why are you doing this to me?
Voltage.
abort MCOV equal to 14.8.
Abort MCOV 14.8.
Abort nose pressure equal to 850.
Abort nose pressure 850.
No-go main voltage equal to 19.0.
No go main 19.0.
Alright guys, I'm gonna have to move the live stream real quick. I'm trying to eliminate the wing noise, so give me just a minute. Sorry if I make you sick.
No-go nose pressure equal to 900. Nose impedance equal to 800. Helium pressure equal to 3,000.
Helium pressure 3,000.
Dome pressure equal to 385.
Don't press 385.
Tank pressure equal to 375.
Tank press 375.
Data up, no-go 2 degrees.
Get up, no go 2 degrees.
No-go position from sink 20 meters.
No go position from 20 meters.
In prop, ground test mode 0.
Ground test mode is 0.
In nav KF, R case with respect to structure 0, 0, 0.
Nav KF R case with respect to structure 000.
XLC, verify vehicle state as pre-flight ops 1.
Vehicles at pre-flight ops 1. This is XLC, nav is active.
XLC, verify vehicle is in ground mode.
XLC vehicles at ground.
XLC, verify flight level pressure and HP helium tank.
HP helium 5183.
Pad 1, verify ground wire in place.
Pad 1, ground wire in place.
Pad 1, report vehicle weight.
Pad 1, weight 1.
Oh, it's gonna be higher, this is kind of versus.
Pad 1, vehicle weight is 1161.
Pad 1, verify GSE power to vehicle.
Pad 1, GSE power is on me.
XSO, confirm ranges go.
XSO ranges go.
Pad tree, verify LOX transfer hose on run doers.
Pad 3, LOX transfer hose on run doors.
XLC, verify MCO is closed.
XLC MCO is closed.
Pad 1, confirm ready to conduct actuator checks.
Pad 1's ready for actuators.
XLC, set DIO to flight.
XLC DIO's in flight.
XLC, conduct actuator checks with Pad 1, announce when complete.
Pad 1, this is XLC, upper ACS, Eclipse. Pad 1, upper ACS, 8 clicks. Lower ACS, 8 clicks. valves. There's one igniter valve check. Fuel purge, fuel purge. That one fuel purge check. Locks purge. That one locks purge check. Fuel dump. That one fuel dump check. Locks dump. That one locks dump check. Ready for igniter test. That one's ready for igniter. That one igniter good. Main throttle. Add one negative on main throttle. Stand by. Stand by, tab one. Standing by. Okay, let's try to make throttle again. Band one, main throttle open and closed. Okay, and the MCO. One MCO open and closed. And we're going to move to the gimbal cycle. XLC, entry to checks complete.
XLC, verify gimbal center position and currents are 0.
XLC, gimbal centered and currents are 0.
XLC, set DAO for prop loaded, domes off.
XLC, set the top load nose off.
Pad 1, confirm both tank vent extensions attached.
Everyone, both tank vent extensions attached.
Pad 1, open locks and fuel tank vents.
Everyone, locks and fuel tank vents open.
Pad 1, confirm both propellant transfer hoses attached.
Everyone, both transfer hoses attached.
Pad 1, confirm both transfer valves closed.
Pad 1, both transfer valves closed.
Pad 1, verify locks transfer vent open.
Pad 1, locks transfer vent is open.
XLC, verify in ground mode and termination valve is open.
XLC, in ground mode, termination valve now open.
Pad 1, disconnect GSE power.
Pad 1, GSE power disconnect.
Sorry about that, folks. I literally don't know why this is happening. And apparently it's not just happening to just me. And the webcast is gone, according to chat. So, yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. So we're going to switch back to host only. Oh no, I did not update everything. Because we are not waiting for the NASA SpaceX stream. It is indeed. Oh. Okay. See, I already forgot that I posted things. Yes, the live feed is down for everybody right now. That's not terrifying or anything. I'm going to go to their... because they had posted another... I just hopped really high in my living room. It was a suborbital hop. Good for you! They had another feed going. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, so... what I can do... oh, I can't even mute this. Is... where is it launching from? It's launching up. The feed's back up. Give me 1 second while I switch back. They are launching from Spaceport America in New Mexico.
Entry 07.3.
Don't do it. Don't jump from there. Thank you. Hey, our intro. This is Exos Aerospace. Launching SARGE. SARGE is... where did it go? SARGE stands for Suborbital Autonomous Rocket with Guidance. This is their first reuse flight. So it has already been flown and recovered. And yeah. It is not a very large rocket. They have a video on their YouTube feed of somebody actually like straddling the rocket as it's on its side, which I thought was hilarious. Yeah, it kind of does. Right. Force it on onto high quality. And I'm glad that the stream breaking was not on my end this time. And they have kind of an announcer, but not really. And there was a whole lot of comms traffic, but that stopped for a minute. So they did announce earlier that there are like 7 payloads on this, and I'm assuming all the 7 payloads are under the red nose cone. And some of them are just microgravity stuff. Trying to find, oh, here we are. But for more information, because I did not do a whole lot, I think they might be in a planned hold. Oh, they are in a planned hold. As they still have people, you know, milling about the launch area. That's not terrifying or anything. The truck that was there, or that's there, earlier when I first launched or started up the stream, the arm was all the way up and there was a cable dangling, so I think that's how they got the rocket vertical. And I think I see some hoses from the truck connecting to the rocket, so I think that's like fuel and things. Oh, I was joking, but I might not be BSing. I don't know. It says, their website now says 19 minutes. So I don't know. There's just, maybe something happened while the stream was down. I know, Tinker. Just walk by the camera and stare at it. Hush.
No, no. Just watch. No, just
There,
watch.
have a Cheerio. As he does it again, that's not creepy or anything, right, guys? I kind of wish I had a launch bingo because I would totally count the humans on the space pad
Just watch. Enjoy.
as animals on the space pad. But I was not prepared, and I am sorry. Shh. Neither one of you are on your marks. It's like, but I want one too.
Cool thing would be.
Here, over here. Sit. I'm waking up to a stream alert. Oh no! This is not me. This is them. Remember, this is them, not me. When it's a big white circle like that. What the heck? That was weird. No, Necrotus, chosen of Nurgle, you have not missed it. Get set. Bake! Wait, wrong show. Yeah, have you been watching a lot of Nailed It? Nailed It is amazing. As we have half a puck eye. Let's see if we can get the whole puck face experience. There. Just have Puck stare at chat for a while. I know, right, Guido? It is totally another launch. This is a stealth launch. Not really. This is a suborbital test of a already used rocket called SARGE by EXOS Aerospace. They are launching out of Texas.
Oh, I was
So this is, I think, literally their second launch ever. This was not on Rocket Launch Live. This was announced to me from Space Tourism, which is the skill on my Alexa that tells me about launches every single day.
So statutory call has been made to flight line management, and we're live CAP.
I heard a thing. Fuck, I will creep this train. I know, right? He wants his Cheerio. I hope he moonwalks by next, but only the top of his head. That would be cool if he walked by a third time just being silly.
well, we get ahead of it, right?
Yeah, you saw it when it cropped to somebody else doing something, right? It is a cute little rocket. It's not very big.
Okay, so the contract with CAP.
Sit. Good boy. I think it's just because they're doing testing, and that's why they went suborbital. But, you know, while they're testing, they're doing science, and they obviously feel comfortable enough that this isn't going to explode to do, oh, excuse me, to do science while they're doing suborbital. So, like I said, there's 7 payloads. They're not very big. I don't imagine they're very big. One of the payloads is literally an anti-vibration thing. Necrotus, chosen of Nurgle, says, that's the biggest model rocket I've ever seen. I know, right? Hey, somebody went by again, but it's not the same guy and you didn't look at the camera. Our Instro says tinfoil actually concentrates many satellite common signals, so I got news for those trying to keep their thoughts a bit secret that way. I had done a search on the Alexa skills for rocket announcements, and I don't remember what the skill is actually called. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. But I know it gets its information from space tourism. So there goes, same person by again. All right. So this is not my favorite app, and it is not my favorite way to get launch info, because they don't update. I think they actually have to be like physically updated, and it's not updated to the same extent that Rocket Launch Live is. So, but this is a good second source that I don't have to think about, because it just tells me what the launches are when I ask for my flash briefing. I would love to have one that is based off of Rocket Launch Live, but I think it's actually good that I'm getting two sources of info. Those who be curious about where they're launching from, they are launching from Spaceport America. That's the link to Spaceport America. I don't want to close tabs. It is directly west and adjacent to U.S. Army White Sands Missile Range. So this is north of El Paso. So, trying to look, see if I can find their some information about their payloads. Payload number 2 from NASA is a vibration dampener. There's payload number 3 from University of Central Florida is a dust aggregation experiment, which I guess is a NASA READY, and READY is a acronym. That's Romeo Echo Delta Delta India. Agronautics has payload number 4, and it is literally called Space Hops and Grains, so I guess they're going to sprout things in space. Payload 5 is from an acronym that doesn't look pronounceable. It says memorabilia. Payload 7 is from Purdue University.
Band 1, fuel transfer complete.
Fuel transfer is complete.
Band 1, report vehicle weight.
And from
1843.
Country, reset red valve, set lines for detank.
Entry copy. Reset red valve, set lines for detank.
T-minus 25 minutes.
Wait a second.
Band 1, close fuel tank vent, remove and stow.
Did they say T-minus 25 minutes?
Band 1, fuel tank vent closed, removing and stowing.
Fuel fill complete. XLC, confirm go on nav solution.
XLC, we're going nav solution. We have 10 staff, quality is 1.
XSO, confirm ready to proceed with LOX fill.
XSO ready for LOX fill.
Commencing LOX fill. XLC, set tank only press control to 40 psi.
My router just fell. Hold on.
XLC, tank only 40 psi.
XLC, confirm termination valve is open.
XLC, termination valve is open.
CAD tree, report helium transfer pressure.
Entry helium transfer pressure 2175.
CAD tree, verify Durabin's closed, liquid lines open.
Entry, rear vents closed, lifted lines open.
Pad 1, 0 scales.
Pad 1, scale 0.
Pad 1, confirm ready to load box.
Pad 1's ready for lock.
Pad 1, close transfer vent.
It just said pad 1 ready for launch.
Pad 1, open transfer valve.
Pad 1, transfer valve.
Pad 3, close blue manifold vent.
Pad 3, blue manifold vent closed.
Pad 3, close blue 4.
Pad 3, blue 4 closed.
Pad 3, open blue regulator valve.
Pad 3, blue regulator open.
Pad 3, open V1, adjust blue regulator to 9 0 PSI.
Pad 3, V1 open, adjusting to 9 or 0.
Pad 1, verify locks is flowing and tanks venting. Check for leaks.
Pad 1, locks is flowing, tank is venting, standing by for leaks.
XLC, start onboard cameras.
XLC, onboard cameras started.
Cam 1, turn on ground cameras.
Cam 1, turn down ground cameras.
Pad 1, load box to 850 pounds. Announce the transfer complete, then close transfer valve.
Pad 1, standing by for 850 pounds.
XLC, open position ESES, data up dialogues.
XLC, position and data up are open.
XLC, resync UPP and verify nav solution is okay.
XLC, UPP resync, nav solution is good.
XLC, start roll line, announcement complete.
XLC, roll line is complete. Residual value minus 0.021.
I'm gonna put a note for you to add a whole link to medicine. Okay.
As their stream crashes again, yes, I believe that is indeed how they are fueling it. They are... I know you have strong opinions about this, okay? Hey. How about you have some Cheerios instead? Oh yeah, bribery always works with them. Always. But yeah, I think that's how they're fueling it. And things of that nature. And I'm trying to multitask and I'm failing terribly. Failing terribly. I think they're using liquid oxygen. No, my dogs aren't OSHA inspectors, although I imagine that the little one would be an amazing OSHA inspector or drug dog or, you know, things of that nature because of all the places she can fit. I believe her dream job would be hunting out small rodents in restaurants. I'm not even joking. There's food there, you know, because restaurants, and there's also small rodents, potentially. That was way too much info about my dog. Way too much info about you. But yeah. Welcome to owning a hunting dog. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Their feed keeps crashing. I was like, this will be cool. This will be cool. No, this is not a solid this is not a solid fuel rocket. They are using, I know I've heard liquid oxygen mentioned, so if they're using liquid oxygen, that also means they're using RP-1, which is a rocket propellant. And yeah, actually, so you guys aren't stuck seeing the spin, spin, spin. Let's just switch to me. Hi. Necrotis Chosen of Nurgle says, world's largest Pepsi Mentos rocket. I mean, it kind of looks like it, doesn't it? It's a very small rocket. There's literally ladders up to it. They have launched this rocket before. They don't. No, it is not your tablet going crazy, Guido. It is literally their feed. I panicked the first time that I saw it. Hey, thanks for the bits, Lenice. And I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, so we're going to switch over to the other view just so you can see the dog. Alright, here's the Cheerios. Make it rain! Tinker thanks you for the bits. Tinker thanks you for the bits, and one day I will have a fancy, you know, bits are for treats thing like Pamela does. So, yeah, yeah. So I guess now we just wait. I've had coffee. I haven't had breakfast. I have crackers. I have Cheerios. I wonder if they have a green army parachute man in the payload to come back down. I mean, is that how they're going to slow it down when it comes back down? I don't know. I've never seen one of these launch before. And because I've never seen one of it launch, I thought it would be cool to be like, hey, look at this launch. But, you know, you can tell that they're a bit green around the edges still. As I watch the spinny thing on my screen. But, you know, hey, they're trying, which is a lot more than some of us could. Go get some food, or Murphy's Law says as soon as you step away it launches. But 1953 is still a few minutes away. Rosin AJ says, actually now I want to do that. I was always getting stuck on things because of those. I have a fear of heights, but I was always trying to get high enough for it to work. Oh my goodness. That whole climb a tree thing. Freak out, scream for an adult. The adult comes and just tells you, just freaking figure out and climb back down. Yeah. Pizza, us too. Hey, Trucker Kev and Canada Kim, because I know, you know, if one of you is there, the other one probably is too. Yeah, I might make pizza today. I don't know what we're doing for dinner, but I might make pizza today. I'm feeling up to it. Nom 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 nom. Nom nom nom. I know, Tinker, right? Okay, Tinker's done with the thing. So we're going to transition away from the spinny thing, and I'm not even going to look at chat in YouTube, because it's just going to be full of people like, why is the stream broken? I don't know why the stream's broken. Eating pastries and ice cream for dinner. Oh, that sounds amazing, but I'm trying to lose weight. So, Mike Cassidy says, I was 8 in 1953. Mike Cassidy, you are older than my parents. I'm not even going to do the math of how many negative years I was in 1953. I don't think my mom was thought of yet. My dad may not have been thought of yet. My mom would have been -6. My dad would have been -2. So. Oh yeah, I kind of figured it was a Doctor Who reference, Paranor. The whole Paranor was like, I was 923. That had to be a Doctor Who reference, knowing you. So, part of me is like, we could try to set up launch bingo. Because this is taking forever. You think the stream is back if I refresh? Oh. It is back. I don't know why I clicked off of... There we go. Thank you for that, YYZ.
XLC, can you verify that the master cutoff is closed all the way?
It shows closed all the way.
I guess that's progress. Yes! Yes, he looked! Shh. Tinker. Tinker.
Pad 1, hose is disconnected and stowing.
T-minus 10 minutes. Pad 1, confirm both vehicle fill caps on and tight.
Pad 1, both vehicle fill caps on tight.
Warning
looks-
all pad crew, termination valve opening. XLC, verify ground mode, then open NCO.
XLC, vehicles in ground mode, opening NCO.
Pad 1, disconnect GSE power.
Pad 1, GSC power disconnected.
Pad 1, remove grounding wire.
Hey, they're removing things.
Pad 1, grounding wire removed.
Pad 1, remove insulation.
Oh, what's that? What's that? Is that the insulation? Hey, hey!
Pad 1, report final weight.
It's the rubber band that drives it.
Pad 1, final weight 824.
Pad 1, close tank vent, remove extension.
I guess the insulation was to keep the fuel cool? Yeah, that does make sense.
Pad 1, vent extension removed, vent is closed.
Pad crew, retreat to launch positions.
Hey! They're finally... Yes, Mike Cassidy, they did have to get clearances. Yeah, they're totally packing up. Look!
Okay, go ahead.
This would have been a good one to do stream bingo for.
T-minus 5 minutes. Inlet loading complete, commencing firing checklist. XLC, set DIO to flight.
XLC,
I know, they forgot the ladders, right?
XSO, verify range is clear.
XSO, range is clear.
Go and no-go for launch. Pad 1.
Watch, the truck's gonna stop and stay right there.
Pad 3.
Pad 3, go for launch.
Cam 1.
Cam 1 is go for launch.
XSO.
XSO is go for launch.
XLC.
XLC, go for launch.
XLC, start onboard recording.
XLC, onboard recording started.
XLC, turn on payload 1 power.
XLC, payload 1 power is on.
XLC, turn on pressurization. Announce pressure in 100-pound increments until complete.
I think now they're dropping the Mentos.
XLC commencing pressurization. 100.
Nah, I'm kind of enjoying watching all the people walk in front of the camera. I like it more when they look into the camera. I think that would have been part of their checklist, Jay.
XLC pressurization complete. All tanks pressurized.
T-minus 2 minutes. XLC, verify vehicles go on SSH terminal.
Vehicles go on SSH terminal.
XLC, verify ITOS go indicator.
ITOS indicates go.
XLC, test igniter, confirm PC good for flight.
What's that thing? Anybody else see that thing?
XLC, igniter's good for flight.
XLC, verify control and flight dialogues are open.
XLC, control and flight dialogues are open.
XLC, verify MCO is open.
XLC, MCO is open.
XLC, verify control is set.
XLC, control is set.
XLC, activate guidance.
XLC, guidance is active.
XLC, advance to engine ignition 1.
Vehicles at engine ignition 1.
XLC, activate control standby.
XLC, control is in standby.
Look, he's getting ready for it to
XLC,
launch.
verify throttle.
Throttle is 100%.
XLC, resync position.
XLC, position reset.
XLC, verify nav and data up.
XLC, nav and data up or go.
XLC, arm ignition sequence.
XLC, ignition sequence is on.
Sesto, begin 15-second countdown.
Thanks, SO, with a 15-second countdown. Beware, we have some looping issues. I'm doing a countdown from a manual watch. 50. Five, four, three, two, one, ignition.
Entering transonic. T plus 40 seconds. Vehicle should be at max Q.
So we have Joseph on the antenna. He's trying to make connection with the rocket.
Main engine cutoff. Vehicle has shut down.
Tinker. So, when your job is to launch oversized model rockets, I question my life choices now. I know, right? Alright. I know refreshing is probably not going to fix it because I know the problem's not on my end. But, you know, of course it crashes. It's not a launch stream without, you know, with me without the launch crashing. The launch stream crashing, not the launch crashing. Oh. So that was pretty cool, and the camera guy did a really good job of keeping it in frame. I'm really, really proud of him. Yeah, that launch was pretty awesome. It might be tiny, it might be Diet Coke and Mentos powered. Oh, here we go.
So currently we are looking for it to, sorry guys, the feed was down. So currently we are looking for it to return. This is the long part where we just kind of wait, try to spot one of the parachutes in, or the drogue in the sky.
I don't know if it's a parachute for the first stage or the whole thing.
Kind of give you a overview or look at the launch site while we wait. I think we found it actually.
There it is. Look at that little dot.
We're trying to find it.
That's... Is that it, or is that the drone? That's it. That white spot.
I think that is the condensation trail from the rocket. We don't see a parachute quite yet.
Looks like it's 6 kilometers up.
Probably just easier to move my microphone than look around it.
There's a visual!
Ah, we have a visual.
We have visual.
See if we can get it on camera. It's way up there, so.
North! West! There it is again!
Oh! Oh, there it is!
We see it.
Yeah, I don't think that's the drone this time.
Short flight, but vehicle is under drogue. Again, proving reusability on this vehicle.
And the chute just deployed.
And we have a chute.
Or maybe it was under the drone.
Starting to! Doing a normal go?
The canopy is in auto flight mode. It is tracking its GPS signal to start working its way back towards the launch site.
Really hard!
It knows how to go home? That's pretty cool.
Making turns, starting her figure 8 pattern to work her way back towards the intended return point. Significant improvement from the last flight on our recovery system to this point. In our view, we have both the drogue returning with the nose cone as well as the SARGE rocket under its main parachute.
Is fuel green or is fuel red?
It's right next to a missile range, so I don't think it'll land on anybody's roof.
I didn't hear it. Okay. I don't see anything coming out, but it could be just I can't see it. Okay, there might be a little risk of something because there's a lot of haze behind it.
Yeah, you did hear somebody ask. I'm not sure how they're controlling direction back down. He did mention a figure 8 and GPS. And it's still pretty far up, so it's hard to see the shape of the chute. But the dot's getting bigger. It really is. I don't know how much damage it takes, Necrotis. I'm sure it does take some damage. This is literally the first Exos aerospace launch I've ever watched, and I think this is... I hear them saying something about the drone being off.
So this is certainly why we test. We have a slight tuning issue or opportunity here, and we look forward to coming out and doing this again. And it's great that we have the second reuse of this vehicle with a normal, nominal flight.
Well, it was also windy today, and I'm sure that didn't help.
Looks like our drogue is winning the race. It's going to beat the vehicle down. The vehicle is performing very nicely on its AGU, the guidance unit that brings it back to the launch point.
And drogue, not drone.
We do have the capability to take manual control of the AGU and fly it back ourselves. However, the autonomous system is working per design, and looks like we're going to have a nice soft landing today.
So John, someone on the feed asked, why do you want the rocket to come back to the launch site? Why not just let it land someplace and go get it?
So, great question. We want the vehicle to come back to the launch site because we don't want to do any more work than we have to. Plus, right around here, where we've told it to return to, the land is very much cleared off. It's easy to get to. And if you've ever been out in this desert, it's a great place to launch from. But if you have to go fight the bushes to get to it, those bushes are pretty mean, and they just don't like us being here. So we don't have to rummage through the brush. We want it to return right back to us.
I like the answer. If we don't want to do more work than we have to. Smarter, not harder, people. And it definitely does not look like a round chute. It looks more of like a rectangular, so I'm assuming that's what you mean by a wing chute.
So John, someone wanted to know if we use a beacon to guide it back, or how does it guide itself back to the launch point?
Again, excellent question. The vehicle has an AGU in it, and the AGU is actually an autonomous guidance unit, and it tracks GPS. So we put in a GPS waypoint, basically, that we want it to travel to, and it calculates as it's returning, based on the wind and the information that it collects, where it needs to steer and how it needs to fly, what pattern it needs to do to glide back right to the point where we've pre-selected.
Someone asked how they steer the parachute.
So right now, just like a person would, there are lines connected to the parachute. There are several motors inside on the AGU unit that basically pull on the lines just like a person would if they were flying a canopy after jumping out of an airplane. So it'll reel in one side or reel in the other side to make a right turn or a left turn. And then at the end, it'll actually reel in both sides to do a flare before it lands. So it has as soft a landing as possible, just like you'd want a person to be able to land and not hurt themselves. We want the vehicle to be able to come back and lay itself down nice and smooth.
Very cool. So one other person said, what happens if you had very low accuracy on your GPS?
So if we had low accuracy on the GPS, we would end up being off target based on whenever it lost that GPS signal. And it would just basically go into a return flight pattern, and pretty much do a straight flight back until she landed.
So another great question someone asked, how much refurbishment has to be done before we can use the vehicle again?
So the refurbishment right now, if we have a nice soft landing, will be better than the last time. Last time, hard landing, we had a couple of motors burn out on that AGU unit. We since upgraded to one that was about 4 times more powerful. Same weight, so nothing going on there. And we had approximately $5,000 worth of damage that we had to work on to come back to this flight. So a very, very small percentage of the vehicle.
No, I was enjoying the Q&A.
Cost. We spent more time inspecting and seeing if we could learn anything from the last flight, and upgrading many of our systems.
So the last question before we land, because I know you'll be busy. Someone asked, what kind of termination procedures do we have in case of an issue?
Wow, great question. That's a real in-depth one. I'd love to answer in more detail, but I'll give you the short version right now. Our termination is defined in hundreds of pages of our launch license, and that's all I'm gonna do for right now.
All right, John's being called away because they need his help. But to give you an idea of how close this is coming in, the launch site was...
Right.
Sorry, I'm getting moved. So it just landed right over there. And the launch site is just a little bit over here. So it made a great little landing over there.
Probably right at our 200-meter mark. We'll fly a drone over to verify those coordinates. And very nominal flight. Great day for reuse.
Would you want to say goodbye when we sign off?
Thank you, everyone. I see hundreds of you out there. We really appreciate you being part of this. We look forward to the next reuse flight of the SARGE vehicle.
All right.
Thanks.
We'll be coming back to you as we go hunt it down, and we'll give you some other updates throughout the day. But thank you for joining us.
All right, and I think that's the end of the stream. It totally was the end of the stream. Give me 1 second to flip over. So yeah, that was pretty cool. A couple delays, but you know, they got it done. And I really enjoyed the Q&A at the end because they essentially asked some of the same questions you guys were asking that I didn't have the answers for. Hey, Canada Kim. I'd say you didn't miss much, but you missed a really small rocket being launched up to suborbital and then being glided back down to Earth like a paraglider. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And yes, Canada Kim, you were here for the exciting bits, because there was a lot of, why are there still people on the launch pad? Is the janitor going to need his ladder? Etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, that's all I have for you today. We normally don't stream at all on Saturdays, but, you know, launches are an exception. Yeah, each stream like this is a PR business pitch video. It is. And I enjoyed, and I know some of you enjoyed, hearing all the comms traffic. We don't usually get to hear that when we get to watch a more polished stream like SpaceX or even NASA, Arianespace. They will let you listen to some of the comms traffic, but like we heard all of the comms traffic, including, is the thing closed? So, yeah, I appreciated the kind of rough around the edges. Yes, I hope the camera guy gets better data package and a lapel mic, but other than that, I mean, he caught the whole thing going up and coming down, so what more can you ask for? And he was able to get some of the stream's questions answered. So I'm just excited that it didn't crash on my end, because that's always very frustrating for me. So that's all I have. If you missed any of the launch, this will be archived on YouTube. The video on demand will be available for a few days. If you're watching this on YouTube, sorry you missed the launch. join our Discord and, you know, get notifications of when we go live. Also, if you follow our Twitch channel, you will also get notifications of when we go live. So you can catch all the surprise streams like this one! Because yes, launches are unpredictable, and it is hard to schedule them. So the best we can do is try to give you a heads up and stream when it happens. I'm still getting used to doing this. So this has been a production collaboration of Planetary Science Institute and Youngstown State University. We are powered by your donations. Yes, 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 we are. So thank you to everyone who's donated bits, to everyone who subscribes, all of that. It really, really does help. We couldn't do this without you guys. If you can't afford to subscribe or donate bits, that's okay. Please still hang out with us. Please. I mean, I'm not going to charge you. There's no door fee to hang out with us. There really isn't. So give us a follow. Follows are free. And yeah, occasionally on our Discord, we have random game nights that pop up. So yeah, and this is part of CosmoQuest. And our username on Twitch is CosmoQuestX. X is where the science is. And usually Monday through Friday, we have Daily Space at 1 p.m. Eastern. And Sundays, which is tomorrow, I have my Science Sunday Hour, where I will be colorizing space telescope data. And this week, we're going to work on Jupiter. So, yes, as Necrotis says, quick everybody pile in, they don't have a bouncer at the door. That's right, no bouncer, no door fees. Yeah! So, yeah, thank you all for joining me for this surprise stream, and I will see you all tomorrow. And I'm going to, I don't know if I'm even going to awkwardly roll the credits. I totally could have gotten ready to awkwardly roll the credits, and I did not. So yeah, here goes that. And there goes that. Okay. I don't know why that disappeared. Alright, so I'm gonna roll the credits, and then I'm gonna call it a day. Alright, see you all later. Bye!